Back's turn. Origi turn, shoot!
Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory, and we have a lot of gameplay to get through today. In fact, I couldn't show you all of it because there's just so much of it. I needed to play and play and play. And then I needed to play some more because there is a glitch going around where people can get really sexy, evil rival points. Easy rival points. Jesus Christ, English is difficult. And you don't have to play the game, and you don't get losses on your record, and it's very frustrating because it's costing me time. If you're wondering, by the way, especially on PlayStation 4, I'm not sure what it's like on Xbox and whether this works on Xbox. It works on PC and it works on PS4, I know that much. Basically, it's something, I don't know the ins and outs of it because I've got a wired connection. I don't have Wi-Fi on my PC. It's something to do with connecting your device, your PlayStation, your PC, your Xbox, whatever it is, to your hotspot on your phone, and then phoning someone from that phone, so it disconnects you from the internet, but it doesn't give you a loss on your record because the game doesn't think it's you disconnecting and just the connection dropping out in general. So what happens is you go into a game, you play a couple of minutes. If you can score, great, disconnect, happy days, you get the win, I think. But if you just leave it as a 0-0 and then disconnect, you get the points you would normally get for a draw, and you don't get a loss. So people have been doing that constantly, and it's causing problems because it means that Rank 2 was around... Rank 2 Division 5 was nearly 20,000 points yesterday on PC, which is, by comparison... normally it's around 11,000 if that. So yeah, there was a lot more playing required. Hopefully EA can fix it. There was actually an update today. I'm hoping that might have been it. So that obviously next week we don't have to play, well, that many games. Because I mean, it was just, I don't mind it because I actually really enjoy the game right now. But it's one of those things where, right, okay, I'm happy to stop now. I'm happy to have a break, but it can't. You have to keep playing because the points were going up quicker than I could get them. I don't actually know if I finished Rank 2. There was 3 hours left and I was about 1,000 points clear. I'm hoping that'll be enough. I had 19,000 points, so I'm hoping that's enough. We'll have to wait and see when we go live. So, Razor Ramon Classic says, I'm not a huge believer in scripting, but I definitely feel that the passing thing you mentioned is dynamic difficulty. Happens loads of times, as you of course know, where one half is sharp and crisp and the other half feels sluggish and you feel almost helpless to not concede. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't want to put a label on it, to be honest. I don't want to say, oh, it's scripting, because I don't believe it is. I don't know about dynamic difficulty, because how would that explain why my passes just go absolutely nowhere near where I want them to go? That's not a difficulty thing. That's just that it just doesn't work. So I don't want to put a label on it, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree. There's something going on, whether it be connection, whether it be programmed in, I don't know. But if you get a game of FIFA where your passing is all over the place, but then the next game you play it's fine, obviously there's something going on there. It does suggest to me that it is connection, but how can it be connection if in the first half, like you say, you've got excellent, crisp, nice, clean passing, but then next half, it's all over the place. I want to draw your attention to the screen. We lost 5-1 despite having 63% possession. Do you want to know how that happened, ladies and gentlemen? There is a little tactic in FIFA called drop back one depth, and idiots use it. And it is the, look at this, look at the mini-map, right? Look how many defenders he has inside his box constantly, the entire time. I cannot find enough of a gap to get a shot off. I can keep the ball, not a problem, because the guy literally can't defend. However, what he can do is put one depth drop back, and then it puts all the bodies in front of me, and then he breaks. And he goes from that break and he scores a goal. Now, I don't know whether actually he scores a goal here, but I'm tilted at this point because I've dominated the game so much. My bad defending doesn't help either. It's kind of caught me off guard, if I'm honest. And then luckily we can take the ball back with Visor and start again. But that is how I lost that game so heavily. And if you play drop back one depth, you're a bitch, basically. No other way about it. You are a bitch. I play 4 or 5, maybe even 6 sometimes depth. I am getting caught because Boateng is literally running with a pair of flip-flops on. Like, he is so slow. So we need to rectify that today, definitely. But yeah, don't play one drop back. I mean, it's so boring. In the first half of that game, I nearly had 80% possession. Should have shown you a screenshot. It was like 78%. And I could not get through because he literally had 10 people behind the ball. It was just, I mean, you can't have fun. You can't be on the other end of that thinking, oh, this is fun, I'm defending really well. No, you've just got all your team behind the ball. I can't get through you. Here we go. So, Venema says, have you tried press on heavy touch this year? If not, give it a go. It's working for me very, very well. Keep it up. That's what I use. Pressure on heavy touch, balanced offensively. I'll show you when we go into the live clips what my tactics are. I think I've shown you before, but I'll do it again. Very basic. I don't really change an awful lot, if I'm honest. But yeah, pressure on heavy touch is what I use. Maybe I could have squared it there, but I just had faith in Gnabry. And finally, I've actually did really well yesterday. I was winning games quite comfortably. I threw away 2 leads, which is literally my fault. And at the time, I wasn't blaming the game. And it's weird, because I used to do that a lot. I don't do it anymore. I'm blaming myself. But there was one instance where I literally couldn't get the ball out of the box. There's this thing, and I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. Why not? When you're defending and you've got the ball inside your own penalty area, you cannot, for whatever reason, you can't pass it out. Because it tries to pass it to the closest player to you, for whatever reason that may be. In this situation, if I turn around and try to pass it to someone over, down the bottom of the screen, if I put enough power on it, it would do it. But if I put enough power on it when I'm in defence, it doesn't really listen. It just goes to the nearest player, which is the biggest pain in the arse ever, because of course I don't want that. That's not going to help me. I need it out, but I don't want to just boot it clear with no direction. I want, some, yeah, you know what I mean? I just want to force it that way. I don't want to lob it that way. So, yeah, it's really frustrating. I couldn't get the ball out. It kept passing it to, like, the guy next to me, literally stood next to me, and then I ended up conceding a goal. Not in this game. Well, it might have been in this game, but that happens to me every now and again. It's sort of muscle memory as well. It's just a FIFA 19 and previous FIFAs where you just pass it out of defence. What you need to do now is just boot it clear, regroup, and then try and take the ball before the attack can develop. That's what, real football is, essentially, and that's what we need to try and learn how to do in FIFA 20. It's just people are not, they're not willing to learn, or they get frustrated because they're conceding goals from it, myself included, and then they're blaming the game for it. So, yeah. James Allen says, the through ball issue you mentioned is one thing that's aggravated me so much. Barely tap it, and it still goes so far in front of your player. It at the beginning of the year, literally when the game was launched, I felt like they'd fixed it, because my first ever through ball was beautifully weighted through the 2 centre-backs, and the keeper didn't come for it, and it allowed my striker to just run on the end of it. Happy days. And I thought, wow, in previous FIFAs, the keeper would have come all the way out to the halfway line to meet that. But now, it doesn't happen. And this is the one where I threw away a 2-goal lead. I was very unhappy. He was a good player, but I should have had that game. But yeah, something seems to have happened where passing, I don't say something seems to have happened, maybe it's only 1 in a million chance you actually get of weighting the ball perfectly, but it's always been a thing. You need a perfect weight, you put the power you think you can get on it, and it's like, I've overhit that, or I've underhit that. You never seem to get it right. It is really frustrating, but then again, people keep complaining that through balls are too overpowered, so, what do you believe? Yeah, exactly, what do you believe? So, yeah, this is an interesting one as well, because when I do packs, I noticed you quick sold the Barca home kit, just to let you know that it would have sold for 2.5k to 3k. On console it does, but not on PC. Kits don't really sell for much on PC. I don't know why. There's like 1 or 2 kits. Okay, maybe more than 1 or 2, but not many. There aren't that many kits on the PC that actually sell. I check kits regularly on my main account because I pack them a lot, because I obviously open a lot more packs, and they just don't sell for anything. I don't know why. It might have sold for like 300-500 coins, maybe, but I'll be more vigilant in future. They don't sell for anywhere near as much as they do on console, though. I don't really know why, but unfortunately, yeah, it's not a thing that I really look out for, because, like I said, there's that one kit, and there's a badge as well. I don't know what. I think it's a bronze badge. It's like a green Venom type thing that sells for like 5k. But with all these custom badges and kits and things that they get now, for some reason on PC, they just don't really go for an awful lot. We have a couple of things to open, of course. We have rank 2 rewards to do, hopefully. So let's jump into that right now. So obviously, it's not going to be like the big rewards day we'd normally have because we haven't got weekend league stuff to back it up. And of course, they didn't drop anything yesterday. Where it is, they didn't drop anything yesterday in terms of SBCs. There was a kit SBC on console, PC didn't get it, so I was literally left bored, rigid. Of course, we're not doing that marquee matchups because that buy-in section is far too expensive. And then, of course, it's just the normal Player of the Month stuff here. So, yeah, unfortunately, no content for me to do packs with. Upgrade packs are there, obviously, but I ain't doing that. Starting to creep up with losses on the record now, and I'm not happy about it, but it's a learning curve of this game, of course. It's a bit of a tricky game to get used to. Lots of bronze stuff selling, so technically speaking, we've made all our money back on what I spent on bronze packs. I do have a lot left to go as well, so we'll just relist everything. Eventually, it'll sell. Maybe not Brewster, but then again, maybe Brewster, you know. So, but anyway, we'll leave it there. Lots of items on the market right now. PC market is getting much better. And a lot of you be like, what? Only 600,000? That's what happens when the market crashes on console, right? But on PC, that's like double what it normally is. It's getting so much better. Let's claim those rewards, shall we? You watch me hit Division rank 3 now. It doesn't tell you until you look at the rewards, does it? There we go. So a 50k pack and a rare. Not a rare mega pack, that would be amazing. A rare players pack and a mega pack. That's what I tried to say. There we go. So I'm going to take the tradables. I'd love to be able to just, open 250Ks and 235s, but I really want to be as liquid as I can this year. So I am definitely going to take tradable packs. I mean, in theory, if we were going to be super sensible and super liquid, we would have taken coins, because I think it's 44,000 coins, correct me if I'm wrong. But 130 Champions Qualification points, which means we're not too far away from qualifying from the Weekend League now. It says it opens in 17 hours. I have a little bit longer than that, of course, because you can qualify now 24 hours after it starts. So we do have nearly 2 days to get as many points as possible. It's not going to be that difficult. You get 11 for losing the game, and you get 65 for winning, and I can't remember what you get for drawing. So yeah, it won't be too bad. A couple of wins and we should be fine. And like I said, I've got a little while to do that. So anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Obviously, we're going to do the 35k pack first, then we'll do the 50k pack. I can't remember the last time I had a board in a big pack on this account. It's been a while actually, because yesterday we opened a 55k pack, we didn't even get a board. We opened a 45k pack, didn't get anything. 35k didn't get anything. So we need a bit of redemption today, EA. We need redemption. I wouldn't mind packing Sula. He's not a big expensive player really. We don't get a board. Of course we don't. Thanks, EA. I appreciate that. If we don't get one in the 50k pack, I swear I'm going back to FIFA 13 and I'm just going to play that. João Mario. Useless. Don't care. Nothing really doing there. I mean, a few players that I'm sure will come in handy at some point for something, but for right now at least, that ain't great. Let's get into the 50k pack. Just give me a board. Even if it's Aaron Ramsey, give me a board, EA, please. It's all I want in life. Yes, finally, it's a board. It's not a walkout, so don't get too excited. It's not a special item either. Germany, centre mid. Oh, it's going to be Gundogan. That's a shame. That could have been Goretzka, which would have been, I think, kind of maybe a nice upgrade to Tolisso. But it is Gundogan. I doubt Gundogan sells for an awful lot. But I wanted a board and I got one, and I'm grateful for that. Nothing else in there worth shouting about, unfortunately. But Gundogan is worth... Oh, dear. Yeah, see, Goretzka was worth, 25, 30k. Gundogan is worth nothing. We'll keep him for now, because you never know. He might be worth something later on. Saying that, though, what's his max price? 12k, yeah, so he's almost at max price anyway. We might as well keep it, though. There's no point getting rid of it. We're not that desperate for the coins, really. We'll pop that in there, and that's rival rewards done. So, I appear to have made a mistake with Julian Brandt. I waited and waited and I waited and I waited too long, and now he's 74,500 coins, as opposed to the 5560 he was a couple of days ago. My logic was that people would be opening rewards today a lot of people would take untradables, sure, but a lot of people would take tradables, and people would be packing this guy a lot, and then they would be selling him. And whether that may be true or not, there are only... Yeah, there's a lot on the market, but they're all sort of upwards of 75,000 coins. I don't know if I can justify spending what is the majority of the budget on a card, technically speaking, we already own. Yes, it's an investment, but is it a good investment? So we are going to sell right here, right now. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We're going to sell Julian Brandt. Now, can I get 37, or is that a pipe dream? I think I can, you know. Oh, his max price is 40k, so there we go. Let's list him for 37 flat and see if he sells. I'm going to go buy the ones to watch right now, regardless of whether he sells. Hello. We sold the bronze. Nava. Nice. Well done, buddy. Now we're going to go buy Julian Brandt's ones to watch card. If I can get him for less than 75, then I 100% will. This is a fresh one, though. Oh, do you know what? I like me some fresh Julian Brandt. It's gone! I'm devastated. Okay, well, we'll go back. We'll try again. Don't worry. We'll get him. We'll get him. Even if we have to spend an extra 500 coins, we'll get him. Are you fresh? Doesn't look fresh, does he? No, he's got... Oh, do you know what? I don't like it. I don't like it. Does it matter? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll wait, right? I'll sit here and I'll wait until one comes on the market. It can't be too long, surely.
One eternity later.
Okay, forget that. We have just bought the centre mid for 75,000 coins. It's not the fresh one like I wanted, but guess what? He is a card that, in my opinion, should he get 1 in form, it goes to an 86. That's not my opinion, that's fact. It will go to an 86. He's already 75,000. He doesn't play out of position, so it's always going to be a central card. That will probably be worth around 125 to 150,000. Kai Havertz right now has an 86 rated inform, and that's upwards of 400,000. So I wouldn't be surprised if his ones to watch actually went extinct when he put in a good performance. And it's only a matter of time before he does put in a good performance, and we just bought him for 75k. We could have had him for 60,000 a few days ago, but I'm an idiot, so obviously we didn't. But we don't have to position modify him because he's already there, fit and ready to go in. We do have to change his chem style because why would you put a sniper on Julian Brandt? I can't remember what we had on him actually. Can we see in the transfer list what we actually have on him? I genuinely can't remember what the chem style was. We just run through all of these. Go back. It was an artist. Was an artist what I wanted? I think I might have changed my mind on him actually because we're playing him in slightly different position. We're playing him more of sort of a left mid than we are now a cam because obviously Coutinho takes up that cam spot. So I'll mess about with that and I'll see what happens. Speaking of cam spot, let me show you my custom tactics because someone was asking what we do here. So I've got a few things set up. I've got pressure on heavy touch, as I say, is what I use. That's what someone was asking, right? That's what someone said. Have I tried using that? Where was that comment? Yeah, have you tried pressure? It was venomous. Have you tried pressure and heavy touch this year? So yeah, as you can see, that's exactly what I use for all of them. This one is my drop back. This was the I want to test it out for myself, and I've not used it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So yeah, that was built, and I've not done it. But this is the one that I use constantly. I pretty much use default almost, but pressure on heavy touch, that is default. That is one below default. So we are using 4 depth. The reason I've got 4 depth and not there is Boateng. That's the only reason. So when Brandt sells, then I will probably go and buy either a Kanji or Sula. I can't make up my mind which one. I know a Kanji is probably better, but Sula, better for pace at least and agility and all the rest of it. But Sula is the better defender, so I'll have to sort of weigh that up. Balanced on offensive style, width I think is 1 below. That might be default, that might be default. I used to play like that, but I feel just dropping that just helps against the counter just a little bit. And obviously the width being a little bit more narrow helps when you've got a narrow formation, because if you spread them too wide, it doesn't work, and when they come back on defense, it just messes things up. Corners, I don't put many people forward on corners. I hate getting caught on the counter. I know a lot of people who play like that. I can't. You put the ball in, you don't win the header, which chances are you won't, because it favours defenders, and offensive headers are awful anyway. you are now screwed. You've got one, maybe two if you're lucky, defenders back. Everyone else is in the box. You've got a team that are probably lightning quick against you because they are built for the counter, and then you are screwed. So I play 2 on corners, and free kicks I just leave on normal because I tend to go for goal anyway. Keeper either saves it, it goes in, or it goes over. That's the way it works. I never hit the wall. I never pass it short or anything like that, so I don't even have to worry about that too much. In terms of instructions, if you are wondering, stay central and get in behind on the 2 strikers. Coutinho is stay forward. I have nothing on Julian Brandt and nothing on Gnabry. And then Tolisso is drop between defenders. And then you can put these on overlap, and I have done here, but I don't know. It depends. I mean, the other tactic I've got, I don't know where it is, which one of these it is. It might be... I don't know. It's not that one because that's a different formation altogether. It probably is this one then, isn't it? So, yeah, as you can see, it's exactly the same tactics, but the instructions are... No, it's exactly the same. Why have I got the same tactic twice? That's the question. Maybe there is something different. No, there's nothing different about it at all. I literally have the same tactic twice. Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. While we're here, we might as well change it. So we'll do mixed. And we'll do mixed. So we're not going to do anything there. I think this one is stay back while attacking. Yeah, this one stay back, and the other one is drop between defenders. I like the drop between, though. So we'll stick to that. While I'm here, I tell you what I want to do. I want to go and change... Let me change this, because I tell you... No, I'm going to keep that, just in case, right? And I'll tell you why. I never play with this, but if I am 1-0 up in Foot Champs, and I just want to maintain the lead for the final 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, then I'll put it on drop back 1 depth. And I will try my best to just see the game out. And I think that's fine. I think that's justified, because that's a realistic tactic. You never see a team put 9 people inside their own penalty area for 90 minutes and hope to hit on the counter. You see people playing for counter, sure, but you don't see people with like 10 people inside their own penalty box. It just doesn't work like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to change this. I want to play a 4-3-2-1. I want to try that formation. Where are you, 4-3-2-1? Where are you? There it is. So this is quite similar to the 4-1-2-1-2. The only difference is, of course, is the way that the front 3 is set up. So I want to do something very similar. So I'm going to leave Paco Alcacer actually completely as he is. Timo Werner, stay central, get in behind. No, stay forward and get in behind. On both Coutinho and Werner. In fact, I want to move those around because that's not how I want to play them. I want Coutinho over here, Werner over here. There you go. Move him over there like that. There we go. Boom. Do you want to do that? Yeah, I want to do that. Right. Tolisso is going to be... Where are we? Drop between defenders. Of course he is. I'm going to do nothing for Gnabry, nothing for Brandt. Very similar to the 4-1-2-2. And again, you could put these on overlap, but I'm not going to. And essentially what happens is, when you're defending, Tolisso will drop back. Gnabry and Brandt will be in the middle anyway as your 2 midfielders. Brandt will drop into essentially a 5 at the back style formation, helping out Boateng. Will I do that when we upgrade to a Kanji? Maybe. It depends on how it works out. But at the moment, Boateng needs all the help he can get because he's just not quick enough. Tolisso's not that pacey, but he's faster than Boateng. So I think that's the formation I want to try. Get in and behind and stay forward on those. Nothing on Alcacer, because I kind of want him to be like a Roberto Firmino. Just sort of wander around, come back and help out, get forward. I don't think he's going to score many goals in that position. It's going to be falling to Coutinho and Werner. I tell you what, I want to change my mind there. I want to move Coutinho over to where Werner is. And I tell you why. Because Werner is... Coutinho's got a much better weak foot than Werner. So I think I'd rather take that up. So there we go. But for right now, that's the way the team looks. We have our ones to watch, Julian Brandt in there. Will I pick up Hazard before the end of ones to watch? Quite possibly, of course. We're going to have squad battle rewards on Monday. I'm not sure when ones to watches actually leave packs. Is it another... It's quite a while, isn't it? It's like another 4 or 5 days, maybe? Or maybe I'm talking nonsense and it's tomorrow. I don't know. Either way, though, that's going to do it for today's episode. I apologise if that went on too long. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.